Hi everyone. My name is Mr. Bowman and I am teaching PE here at River Valley. So I'm just going to go over a few things for PE that you're going to need to know for the year. Once you get this information, it is standard throughout the year. So you don't have to wonder, is this thing's going to change? It's going to be this way the entire year, distance learning, non-distance learning, no matter what. Okay, so let's get started. Let's see. Okay, so in Jupyter, and I am using Jason's account, so thank you, Jason. Hope you don't mind. In Jupyter, if you click on this little grid on the left, top left here, it'll bring down this drop-down menu. You know, in the first week or so, play around with this, see what each tab does, get familiar with it. I'm sure you can probably familiarize yourself, faster than I can explain it to you, being teenagers. So basically, this is what we're going to do. We're going to click on PE, and that's going to bring us to this menu. This is all of your assignments. I've already uploaded every assignment for the year for PE. You just need one PE log per month. And yeah, here you can see the due dates. So for November's PE log, you're going to be turning it in on December 4th. So I give you a few extra days after the end of the month to kind of get things sorted out, get it turned in. So you see the due dates, and then you also see the number of minutes that you're responsible for. So 600 points relates to 600 minutes that you need to be active that month. Okay, so, and our requirement is 200 minutes per week. So us math stars out there, 600 minutes at 200 minutes per week. That would be 3 weeks that we're responsible for completing our PE logs. October, 800 minutes, that's 4 weeks. September, 1,000 minutes, that's 5 weeks. August, 400 minutes. See, we're starting mid-August, so we only have 2 weeks left of this month. So there's 400 minutes. And it's pretty straightforward. I mean, you just look here and you say, okay, 600 minutes, I need 3 weeks that month. Okay, so if you click on that file here, let me show you again. If you click on this file right here, this is going to bring you to this page, and here you can print out blank PE logs. Just go ahead and print this and then fill it out with pen or pencil, and then scan it back into your computer as a PDF, and I will show you how to upload it in just a minute. Here, this is showing you an example of how to properly fill out the PE log. Okay, so as you can see, there is no school the first 2 weeks. So weeks 1 and week 2 of August, we have no school, so they're blocked out. And each month you're going to print a new one of these, and week 1 corresponds to the first week of that month, week 2 the second week. It's not the weeks of the school year. So I do get one every once in a while where students cross these out and they're like, well, it's week 10, week 11, 12, and 13, as for the school year. But no, these are strictly month to month. Okay, so this is week 1 of that month. So if we don't have any school that week, you just write exactly like this, X and no school. So basically everything that's filled out on here, you need to have filled out on your PE log. So name, ID, grade, and the month, all extremely important. Down here, these days should correspond with these weeks. So in week 3 of August, I do not want you to have dates that say August 3rd. Obviously, that's not the 3rd week of August. That's the 1st week. Here you're putting in your activities. So I'm pretty open as far as activity goes. If you and your parent or guardian feel it's appropriate and it's physical enough, then I will most likely agree. Unless it's something extremely silly, just use your best judgment. Don't try to sneak anything by. I mean, just be physical. Be physically active. And you can see here some examples. We Zumba, the trampolines at Urban Jungle. I mean, that stuff is very, very physical. So yeah, you're burning calories. You're getting your heart rate up. Time spent here. So our requirement here is 200 minutes per week for everybody. Okay, that's the standard across the board, no matter what your grade, no matter your gender, any of that. 200 minutes per week. And you should be working out 3 days per week. So let me give you a couple scenarios. So let's say just in week 3, a student does cross country for 120 minutes and swimming for 80 minutes. They've gotten their 200 minutes, but they haven't worked out for 3 days. So the idea here is to get 200 minutes across 3 days. It's okay if you get 200 in 2 days, but you still have to do something that 3rd day. Okay, don't just call it quits that day. The whole point is to keep consistent. So to stay consistently active, not just try to get it all done in 1 day and take a break for the rest of the 6 days or the 5 days. And again, your time here needs to add up to at least 200. You're going to add these up, and these should be in minutes, not hours. And then write them over here in minutes, not hours. Okay? And then down here, you're going to total them up. I guess I forgot to do that, but we're going to total them up, and this total should match at least the minimum that we were requiring on Jupiter. So for August, it was 400 minutes. You can see I've got 400 minutes with at least 200 per week. And so I would get basically 100% credit for the month of August. Here and here. So here you're basically using your best judgment. You know, what is my standard area? Is it aquatics? Well, swimming, aquatics, yes. Physical fitness, all these things are physically fit or physically active. Use your best judgment for the standard area. For the standards practice, though, you're going to come down here, and you'll get a better sense of what these things are as you go through the year, and you'll have a better understanding. You won't have to look at this every time. But I'm very, very, I guess, nonchalant about the standards practiced, because if you can see, participate in physical fitness plan which meets the requirements of at least 4 fitness standards for each quarter. So right here, I did multiple activities and I got 1, 2, 3, 4 standards, so I will circle 1.1. 1.2 is participate in moderate to vigorous physical activity for at least 200 minutes every 5 days. That's basically saying, did you do what you were supposed to do? Did you get your 200 minutes for the week? And if I got my 200 minutes, I circle 1.2. And then you just kind of go through, read each of these and say, hey, what I did this week, was it sufficient for 2.2 or whatever? Okay. Let's go back, rotate, and then down here, you know, you're just going to assign it, date it, add your total, and then your physical fitness goal. This is just something to motivate you. You know, it should be something measurable. You know, some people have, you know, I want to be able to do 50 push-ups without stopping. And, you know, maybe they meet it, maybe they don't, but it's something that they can work towards. So if they don't meet it that month, maybe it can be the same goal for next month, and you'll be able to see the progress. Okay, so you maybe explain, I was only able to do 30 push-ups this month, and, you know, without stopping. And then next month you maybe have the same goal, do 50 push-ups, and then maybe you get to 40. So it's just something measurable that you can work towards. Okay, and it shouldn't be something silly. It shouldn't be, you know, it can be basic, but it shouldn't be silly. So you might want to start off your first goal for the first month of August is maybe, right, start the year strong with 400 minutes. Basically get at least the amount that you were required. I mean, it's not something that's too hard to do. It's something that's actually required of you. So if you just do what you're supposed to, you've met your goal. And that can maybe be something that can be a positive motivator to set an even larger goal next month. Okay. Once we have filled our PE logs out, we're ready to turn it in. I'm going to come back here to physical education. And you can see here, you have each of these circles. So I've already turned one in for Jason as like a little practice run. But basically, I'll take that out, Jason, don't worry. If you click on any of these circles, it's going to bring you here, okay? So you're going to want to click on the circle, or you can click on the assignment. But the only one that I'm going to accept is PDF. So you're going to click this computer, okay? Every single time you're going to click this computer. And then you're going to find your PE log. So I'll just do PE log 3, double click it, and it will open it and turn it in, okay? So now Jason has his PE log for April turned in and the one that I did earlier for January. And this little check mark shows that it's been turned in. It hasn't been graded yet because just the fact that you've turned it in doesn't mean that you necessarily get 100%. I still have to go through, double check, and make sure that you've met all the requirements. And then from there, I will see the check mark on my end, and I will be able to give you the grade for that. So I think that's pretty much it. That is the rundown for PE. That's how you access everything, how you can find all the information you need, your due dates, your required number of minutes, how to fill it out correctly. Yeah, so if you have any questions regarding PE or anything at all, let me know sooner rather than later. Don't wait until November and say, oh, I don't know how to fill out PE logs. That's why I haven't done August, September, October. Don't procrastinate with this. It's too easy to procrastinate. Okay. So I hope that was informational, and I hope you got a lot out of it. And I will be seeing you guys on Jupiter.